Today we are going to make cavatelli, which is like the fastest, most easy, fun, mouth-feel kind of pasta. They're little buttons basically, and you can do it with a board, you can do it with a fork, you can do it with just like household utensils, which is the best part because pasta making tools are expensive as fuck. So let me show you how to not spend that money. First things first though, clean your kitchen. Okay, now that that's done, get your eggs, your flour, and make your little dough. So that's, I'm just doing 2 eggs today. I can't speak right now. 2 eggs and like 1.5 cups of flour because it's just me here. If you're feeding 4 people, I would do 5 eggs, 3 cups of flour. That's 4 to 6 people. But I'm just doing a little one. So refer to my last videos for pasta dough making, and let's get started. I'm gonna whiz through this pasta dough and then we're gonna make some cavatelli. Voila. So that's your dough. Wrap it in saran wrap, half an hour, let it set, and we'll make some cavatelli. Okay, so in my previous videos of making dough, I mentioned that you needed like a plastic thing from the dollar store. It looks like this, right? And I recommended that you duct tape it onto your counter so that you don't have this, which is solidified flour and dough on your countertop. For one, it is a pain in the ass to get off. And number 2, I hate scratching countertops, and tools that get this off your countertop could potentially scratch your countertop. So you want to get it wet and kind of let it soak into goop again to get it off, but it's a pain in the ass. So go to the dollar store. Oh, I'm melting. Comes in a roll. I cut it to the shape and size of my countertop, and then just duct tape it to your countertop. Mess free. You want to do as much as you can mess free because this is a messy art. All right, welcome back. You have your dough now. Congratulations. So you have your dough. I have a couple tools, at-home essentials that like usually everybody has, is a hard spatula and a knife. If you have a little cutting board or anything that resembles a paddle, a hard paddle, you can also use that. This is actually a Cavatelli board. It's my grandmother's. That's how long wood pieces last if you take care of them. Very fortunate for this, but I'm going to show you how to do cavatelli just on regular stuff too. It's literally the easiest pasta. So first, you want to get your, just like a 1/4 cup of flour to have off to the side for your noodles. Take your dough first, and you want to section out your dough. So the most important thing is when you're working with dough, you don't want it to dry out because it's the end. It's the end. And we don't want that. So when I make dough, I usually cut it into, and we're back. We ran out of storage. It's fine. It happens daily. Okay, so you have your flour, and this is just for when you make the noodles, you want to put them in flour right away so that they don't lose shape. Also, they don't stick to the board, they don't stick to anything, because as soon as this is in oxygen, it starts drying out and sticking to things at the same time. It's hard to explain until it happens to you, but yeah, it's just like they stick to each other, but they start drying out. Just have flour for your noodles. Okay, so but like I was saying prior to deleting half my data, is you want to cut this into quarters. So, I have a little cutting board, get your knife, and then cut it into quarters. Perfect. And then I take that saran wrap and I just put the quarters on it. And then I fold it individually so that these quarters just stay wrapped in saran wrap. Voila. Until it's their turn to be used. Okay. So then you want to take your quarter, right? And you basically want to cut it again. This will be easier if you have like a cutting board on here. This house is just made this way. So what you want to do is take your quarter into a little square, and then you want to cut it into basically just a few different rectangles, because you're going to make worms first. Okay? So you have this, it's a little rectangle, and then you just want to roll it in your hands, up and down, squish it out, encourage it, like this. I'm eventually going to incorporate wine into these. I just have not gotten to the wine store. I know it's shocking, but there's gonna be wine pairings with everything. I'm gonna do some history on the different wines that I'm drinking and the different grapes, if you're interested in that, because I am. So you take your little rectangle that's now turned into a worm, right? Take a little flour, sprinkle her over that, get it nice and coated in flour, as such, okay? And then all you wanna do is cut it into little pieces, basically the size of like a dime, okay? Little dime pieces. They grow, right? So you don't want big Cavatelli. Let me tell you, I have made some massive Cavatelli in my day. And that shit, number one, it's hard to cook. It takes forever to cook. And second of all, it's really filling and it's not as beautiful. So then you take your little dime, and I'm gonna show you on a spatula. So all you have to do is push down, right? I'm gonna show you. Push down, so you wanna, it's like you wanna flatten it, but you don't, and then you wanna just roll. And that dough will just roll right over your thumb, like that. And voila, Cavatelli. Isn't that ridiculous how easy that is? And then the best part about this is when you cook them, the sauce gets stuck in the middle, and so it's like little boats of sauce. So that's why this is such great like tomato sauce pasta, and any kind of sauce, because it just holds sauce like a boat. So there you go. You do that. Let's do another one because I can show you on the knife too. So kitchen knife, super easy. So you just want to again push down like you're gonna flatten it, but then you just want to roll it out. And again, it's like a little hot dog casing. Okay, when using a knife, I'm telling you now, because I've just come into this problem and we're learning together as we go, but like, make sure you coat each piece in flour if you're using a metal knife. The metal heats the dough up. So when it heats it up, the dough sticks to the fork and then it loses shape when you try to like roll it out. So, flour, push back, push forward, and there. And then you get that little. It's like the easiest pasta in the world to make. And it's so good. And that's why we love it. Back, push, and voila. Little Cavatelli noodle. The best part about pasta is they don't have to be the same shape. Not every piece has to be the same shape, size, whatever. The more misshaped it is, the more fun it is to eat. Also, I don't know, it's just more rustic. It's just more beautiful. It's like art. Push and roll. Whoop. And there you go. Little hot dog bun. Super, super, super simple, you guys. So if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I mean, these are sold on Amazon, but like go to Value Village or any thrift store and just try to find a board in the cooking utensils, because these are like $30 fucking on Amazon, which is stupid. Okay, don't pay that. You can find different utensils. As long, I do find wood and flour work better together because it just doesn't make it as sticky, whereas metal seems to heat up with the dough. So you just don't want the dough sticking to a tool. Anything to make this as stress-free as possible, so that when you're drinking your wine, you're not chugging your wine from stress. And that is it. That is all. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.